Hello, hello, lovely ladies joining us for today's session of how to unleash the power of your brilliance. I'm so excited to have you all here joining this session with Coylette James. Hello, Coylette, how are you?
Hi, I am phenomenal. I am just being a part of this whole thing and listening to the power in the women that have shared. I'm great.
Goodness, you are such a fearless woman and a huge supporter of others. We have seen you show up so powerfully, not only sharing your message, but supporting our panels as well as other women. So I really just want to take that moment to just say thank you, Coylette, for being on this journey with us for the Women Thrive Summit.
For allowing me to be a part of it. It definitely has been transformational for me. That's why I know it's going to be for the ladies that are attending.
Yes, I can't wait. So, for those of you joining in the chat, please let us know where in the world you are. A little bit about yourself. Tell Coylette about yourself. If you haven't connected with her yet, I definitely encourage you to do that. I'm going to read a short introduction of Coylette, but I definitely want to see you ladies in the chat. If you're enjoying what Coylette has to say later on, engage in the chat. So today we're talking about unleashing the power of your brilliance. And just a little bit more about Coylette. She is recognized as a powerful speaker, teacher, a role model with a gift for impacting people on all economic, social, and age levels. Coylette James impacts many, many lives globally. The founder of a Kingdom Influencer Live, she is currently encouraging leaders to become agents of influence, creating living legacies. When asked about her own living legacy, she will tell you of her two passions, entrepreneurship and women. She's also a published author, as well as many other things. But the most excited I am to actually hear her story of overcoming her own challenges in life and the lessons that she has learned. She never stops learning. And I think that's the beauty of Coylette, that she is forever curious. And I'm sure there's many lessons that we can learn from you today, Coylette.
Thank you so much. Thank
So
you
I'll
so
hand it
much.
over to
It
you.
is, learning is a lifelong journey. So it's important that we never stop learning.
Yeah,
Really.
absolutely. You're in for a treat. I will take myself off camera and it's over to you, Colette. I can't wait for this talk.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ramonda. I told her a few moments ago, I said, okay, I'm ready to deliver my baby now. It's been such an incredible journey getting here and being a part of the Women Thrive Summit. And I just absolutely know that all of you ladies that are attending and have been attending have really, really, really felt the power of the women that have shared thus far. And the best is still yet to come because we still have more and more power in the house to share with you. My assignment today is to share with you about unleashing the power of your brilliance, embracing that unique you that you are at your very core. You are such a gifted and talented and beautiful jewel. And if nobody has ever told you that, I'm telling you that today. And what I want to do today is to help you shine with the radiance that is within you. We are created to be light. And so when light walks into darkness, the darkness has to disappear. And the world is waiting for your brilliance. I say that all the time because it is so true. So today, let's talk about your authentic you, the genuine, the real you, the one that was created on purpose, for purpose, and that will walk out in purpose, that powerful you that everybody needs to meet. And guess what? Some of you need to be introduced to that powerful you, your personal self. Seriously, we go through so many different stages and different things in life. And there are so often times where we'll dumb down our light, we'll dim it down, we'll kind of, as the Bible says, hide it under a bushel. But that's not what we were created to do. My life motto is I was created to be light, and therefore it is impossible for me to just fit in. And guess what, ladies? It is impossible for you to just fit in as well. When you are your real, authentic self, when you are allowing the brilliance that is within you to shine forth. So that's where we're headed today. We are headed to the light, the radiance of the light that you are. Let's start with your past, because some of us have things in our past that has caused us to shrink back, to walk in fear, to sometimes feel that we're unworthy of being in the spotlight, that we're inconsequential, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. Let me say this to you off the bat. Your past has shaped you. It has made you stronger than you ever possibly thought you would be, but it has not defined you. It has not defined you. And let me put this out there as well. It's not just about the DNA that's in your bloodline either. Sometimes as children, we grow up and they'll tell you, you're just like so-and-so, you're just like this, and and you're never going to accomplish anything, and they didn't accomplish anything, so you're not going to accomplish anything. Or you don't have what it takes to succeed. You don't have what it takes to be powerful in this life. Let's get that on the table and off the table as quickly as possible, because that is a categoric lie. All right. You are you. I don't care what's in your DNA. I don't care who your parents were. They may have been wonderful. May have been super successful, or they may have abused you or abandoned you. Either way it goes, you're not just the sum total of who they were. You are you. You are unique in who you are. You are a powerhouse in who you are. And you have to embrace that. You have to understand that you are the absolute best you that you will ever be. Okay? Nobody else can beat you being you. We find ourselves in competition with so much. We're in competition with the magazines and the models and what's on television. We're in competition with our siblings. We're on competition with so many different things in life. But the only thing that we really should be competitive in is in ourselves. Let's be competitive to ever grow and evolve and being the greatest you can be. Ramonda asked me a question on one of the podcasts that we did together. What was my greatest accomplishment to this date? And I said it was being 65 years old and still standing, to know that everything that I have walked through in life did not manage to destroy me. It managed to shape me. It managed to give me the strength that I needed to continue to go forth. When I say to you, you're not the sum total of your DNA, understand where I'm coming from. I did not even know who my biological parents were until the last 2 years of my life. Found out 2 years ago who my biological father was. I just found out last year who my biological mother was. So I was orphaned at birth. And that could have been a label that I could have worn. I could have worn a label of rejection. I could have worn a label that says, well, I wasn't even worthy for my parents to want me at birth. But that's not the label that I choose to wear. So when I tell you your path does not define you, understand where I'm coming from. I understand that it was because of the DNA that's in my body that I was able to, within these 2 years, find out the biological root of who I am, but that didn't define me. I was defined in the mind of God, and so were you. Upon his conception of the purpose that he created you for, that was your definition. Now, we walk through a lot of different pitfalls and valleys and twists and turns, getting to our destiny. But again, learning experiences, they didn't kill you, they made you stronger. When I was 14, there were labels that were put on me that I was shameful, that I was a bad seed, I was a bad person. Why? Because at 14, I gave birth to my first child. So that labeled me. but it wasn't a label that was going to define me. It was just a part of life that was shaping me. I did it again at 16. Okay. It was like, oh my God, she's just going to have a house full of babies. No, I gave birth to 2 incredible lives who have blessed my life with 8 incredible grandchildren, who is now giving me 4.5 great grandchildren. It was a part of my journey. It was a part of my story. But it wasn't the definition that I was going to wear for life. I want you to get that. I want you to understand you may have been abused. You may have been molested. You may have been raped. You may have been abandoned, or you may have been loved unconditionally. Either way it goes, you're still your unique self. You still can choose the path that you are going to walk on. Think about identical twins in the womb. They may come forth and they look alike, but they're different. Normally, one is more outgoing and assertive than the other one, because even though they shared the womb, they're still unique in their individuality. So part of your journey in discovering your uniqueness is sometimes, you have to heal from the past. You have to heal from things that may have been said about you, things that may have been said to you, things that may have been done to you, neglect you may have felt, rejection you may have felt. And all of those things may have caused you to think, well, the core of your being, your uniqueness is not powerful enough to go forth. Let me say this, no matter what your desire is in life, you have been gifted, you have been talented to carry out the purpose for which you were created. As women, some of you may be homemakers, mothers, and that's your desire. That's been your goal. Let me tell you, that's an incredible goal, because what you are doing is shaping the future. You are speaking into the lives of your children. You are gifted as a homemaker. You are talented as a nurturer to raise up those children. So never let anybody diminish your power, your brilliance. Never let anybody put you down, because that's your desire. Or your desire may be to be on the stage and speak before thousands of people. Never let anybody tell you that you're not good enough to do that, because you are. You are. The brilliance that is within you will draw people to you. It will put you before great men and women to pour into their lives. I say this all the time. We are created to be an answer. Every single one of us. We were created, again, on purpose, for a purpose. That purpose is an answer to someone else's dilemma, to someone else's problem, to someone else's shortcomings. In their weaknesses, you may need to be their strength. Just like sometimes in your weaknesses, somebody else had to be your strength. Stop trying to imitate and emulate what you see in other people. Learn to tap into who you are, the power that you possess. Never let someone tell you what you cannot do. We were doing a panel last night, and I shared a post that I had saw on Facebook a few weeks ago, because I absolutely loved it. It said, other people won't understand your calling, because it wasn't a conference call. In other words, they weren't included on it. Your calling is uniquely you, that for which you're called to do. The assignments that have been placed upon you are unique to you. And only you can carry them out in the specific, precise matter that it needs to be done. So we're waiting for you. We're waiting for you to manifest. We are waiting for you to step into that authentic genuineness of who you are. Now, I shared a little bit about having children at 14 and 16. During that time, because so many people had so many negative things to say about me, I developed an inner vow. And I want to talk about the inner vows for a few moments, because those inner vows will also cause us to not show up as our authentic self. My inner vow said, if that's what you think about me, if that's what you feel about me, then I don't care what you think or feel. Now you would think, okay, well, what's wrong with that? You put a guard around your heart. That was your defense mechanism. You made sure that they weren't going to get in there and hurt you again. Well, part of that is good, part of that is real, but when that defense mechanism turned into a spirit of bitterness, and instead of being at my core the loving, caring person that I had always been, I became the opposite. So all of a sudden, well, I don't care what you think, but I don't care about your feelings either. So because people have hurt me with their words, then I'm going to use my mouth as my weapon of choice, and I'm going to lash out and I'm going to hurt other people. I wasn't being authentic to who I was. I was allowing the hurt and the pain that I had experienced change who I was at my core. So I'm asking you, and I'm being transparent with you. I'm bearing it all with you. So I'm asking you to be transparent with me. Put it in the chat. Have you faced times in your life that you reacted kind of in a negative way because of some things that were done to you? And so you weren't being your authentic self. You weren't being that ray of light, that ray of sunshine that you were created. Look at this. Yes, sure have. Yep. Yes. Yes. We have been there. We have been there. But you know what? Yes, I catch myself doing tit for tat with my sister. See, we've all been there, but that's not who you really are. That's not who you really are, because who you really are, you were created in the image and the likeness of God. And He is love. He is light. So when we're doing that tit for tat, which He doesn't do for us, thank God, can we get an amen that He doesn't do tit for tat for us? Then we have to change that vow that we made. And even though we're trying to guard our hearts from being hurt again, we make another vow to cancel out that first vow that says, you know what, I'm gonna love you in spite of you, because I got my moments too. All right. I need forgiveness on a daily basis for some of the thoughts I have. I've not always gotten it right. I've not always did what was good. Okay. We all, I know we can all testify. There's some skeletons back there in that closet. I tell people all the time, there's some things that don't nobody but me and God know. Okay. And we're going to keep it that way. We're going to keep it that way. But we want to change and be the authentic, loving person, caring person that God created us to be. This is what this whole summit is all about. Pouring into you, ladies, empowering you, making an impact in your life so you can go not just to the next level in life, but to the next dimension of your life. That you can grow, you can expand. Do you not know that you are your brand? For the business women that are on here, you go to seminars and webinars and you want to learn about this sales funnel and that click funnel and how to expand this and how to expand that, but you are your brand. Are you investing as much into expanding who you are, knowing who you are, allowing the brilliance of who you are shine? Branding, Natasha talked about this morning, about the colors of your brand. I love purple and gold. So those are the colors of my brand. If you go on my site, that's the theme that you'll see through it. But the best color that I can illuminate is the brilliance of who I am. See, because when a person learns the authentic you, gets to know the authentic you, and it shouldn't take them long to do that. It's not something that they should have to pry for. It's not something that should take them a long time to understand and recognize. When a person knows that you are coming and you are speaking to them as your truth, in your truth, then they will trust you. They will do business with you. They will buy from you. You are your brand. So as we're going along and we're developing, now we're healing. We're opening up the wounds. We're allowing God to pour into it and heal so that we can rise, so that we can go forward, so that we are not allowing our past to keep us in bondage. I've heard various different ladies just on this journey for these 3 or 4 months talk about when a teacher or someone told them what they could not accomplish, that they weren't good enough to go to a specific school, or they weren't good enough to be someplace. And we hear this from famous people all the time, but we have to rise up. We have to rise up and make the choice that I'm not a mistake. I'm here for a purpose, and I am going to accomplish the purpose for what I was created for. Rise. Yes, Deborah, rise. Make the choice. Make the choice to be your authentic, unique self. Because again, you have something to offer that no one else can. You have something to accomplish that was specific in why you were created. Let me tell you about your gifts and your talents, okay? Because when I was growing up, I thought that gifts and talents just meant that you could sing. You could sing, you could draw, you could act, you can do all of these things that I saw people on the stage do. And because they were quote unquote famous, I thought, well, if I can't do those things, then I have no gifts and talents. I sing, but in the back of the choir, I'm not the soloist. I can't draw. Heck, my penmanship is even a little shaky if you want to know the truth. But I thought, I had built this defense mechanism, so I'm not going to let you hurt me. But at the same time, I'm not going to shine. I'm not going to be radiant out there because I'm not wired that way. I don't have the gifts to do that. There is not one creation that was created without gifts and talents. Every single one of you have a gift and a talent, multiple ones. So I was in my 30s before part of my gifting was revealed to me. When I went to school, I loved English. Didn't think anything about it, just loved English. In my 30s, God began to have me journal. And as I started to journal, that journal turned into a book. And now I've written 3. That was a gifting I had. But it was a silent gift until it needed to be brought out. There are gifts and talents that you have locked up inside you that you haven't even tapped into yet. You may know some of them, but you don't know all of them. Why? Because when your unique self shows up in a situation, there's another gifting and another talent that is going to be revealed for that situation, something that you had no idea was even within you. So don't ever think that you have no gifts and talents. They are there. They are there, and they are for an appointed time. I did a live this morning, just decreeing and declaring. I want you all to do this with me as well. This is my now season. This is my time. This is my unveiling. This is now the time that I am coming into the fullness of my potential so that I can go further, so I can expand the territory of my mind to do even more, so I can expand my heart to do even more, so that I can let even more gifts and talents just radiate out of me. Because they're there. This is your now time. This is your now season for such a time as this. Do you think that you are attending this summit just because I invited you or one of the other ladies invited you or you just stumbled across it? No, you are here because it is an appointed time for you to receive. It is an appointed time for you to grow, for you to expand, for you to develop your uniqueness even more. This is why you're here. This is why, for such a time as this, you are being launched out. You are being launched out. And so you need everything that these ladies are sharing with you this week. You need the knowledge. You need the encouragement. You need all of it so that you can go forth and impact the world. Impact the world. Listen, I believe, as you probably can tell, I'm a woman of faith. I believe in the word of God. And the word told me to ask God for the nations. Ask him for the nations. So I'm asking for the nations. And guess what? Right now, I'm in a global summit. And I'm speaking to women from all over the world. I'm reaching the nations. Don't be scared to ask for great and mighty things. Don't be scared to expect things. To expect things that you couldn't fathom to unfold in your life. That's part of your brilliance. We dumb ourselves down sometimes because we're scared that, if I really tell people what I want to do, or the visions that I have, or the dreams that I have, they're going to think I'm crazy. Let them think. First and foremost, be careful who you tell your dreams to. Let's start there, okay? Because like I said, wasn't a conference call, okay? Wasn't a conference call. But even in that, don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to start journaling. Don't be afraid to make your business plan. Don't be afraid to make plans to excel in your life, because that's what God created you to do. You are a light. You are brilliance. Your brilliance. I was on a plane once, and I was sitting next to a lady, and this just coincides with what I was saying, that we all have gifts and talents. And she was sharing with me, obviously somebody I didn't know, she was sharing with me about her son, and her son was autistic. And so as she was sharing, I was listening, and then I asked her, I said, "What's his gifting?" And she looked at me very puzzled, and she said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "What's his gifting?" I said, "Because every autistic person has a gifting." They have a place where they have tapped in to some place in their brain, and wherever that place is, it has made them amazing at something. Either it's numbers or music or whatever it is, singing, whatever, but they all are gifted. So don't tell me you don't have a gift and a talent. She looked at me and she said, "Nobody has ever asked me that before. Nobody has ever asked me that before." And then she went on, and her whole persona, her whole conversation about her child changed. And now she was bragging, and she was so happy to share, "He does this, and it's amazing, and it's incredible." Well, I'm saying to you, you have giftings, you have talents. Your conversation about yourself needs to change. When you speak about yourself, do it with a sense of godly pride that, hey, God does not create junk, so therefore I am not. I have something to offer. In fact, not just something, I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to offer to the conversation. I have a lot to offer to the situation. I have wisdom. I'm not afraid. Sometimes you just have to go and look yourself in the mirror. Ramonda put up a post the other day where it was a picture of her looking in the mirror. And have you met this person? You need to get to your mirror of reflection and say, "I'm sorry, I'm Coylette. Have we met? I'm sorry, I'm Deborah. Have we met? I'm Alehu. Have we met? I'm Angelique. Have we met?" And start to understand, who are you at your core, your unique being. Again, stop trying to imitate and be something or someone that you're not, because in your brilliance, in who you authentically are, in the realness of you, you are something. You are somebody. And it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. So I want to take this time to applaud you. I want to applaud you if nobody else has, and tell you, in your unique state of being, you are so special. You are so special. You are a rare pearl. You are a jewel of great price. Stop trying to be something that you're not. And that is that quiet little demeanor person that I'm scared to say anything. I'm scared to speak out. I'm scared for someone to look at me. Here's my favorite. I'm just going to work in the background because, yeah, that's my calling. I don't like to be out front. Well, baby, let me tell you something. Even in the background, you got something special. You've got something special. You have showed up in your authentic self, special for that purpose. And you can't just always stay in the background. You can't. You got to step out. People need the light. If we stay in darkness, we walk into walls. People need the light. That's you. You are that light. You are that brilliance. So we've talked about your past. You're healing from your past. You're healing from the things that have been said about you or even to you. And now you're stepping into a place of recognition. Who are you? Who are you? Well, you are your greatest weapon. You are the one that you can control. You can't control anybody else. You can't control all the situations, but you can control you. So in your uniqueness, sometimes you have to get to that place of understanding my personality and my attitude sometimes. That, you know what, let me work on that. Let me work on some of the things that I recognized when I looked in the mirror and introduced myself. There's a few little quirks there that, no, it's not representing the brand that I want to represent. It's not who I want to be known as. So we're discovering the unique person that we are, and we're going to work on what we know may not be the illumination that we would like to shine for the world. We're going to work on that. But while we're working on that, we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep learning. We're going to keep tapping in to that inner self so that we can keep expanding. Don't ever think that you're through learning. Don't ever think that you're through expanding. I went back to school 40 years after I graduated from high school. I went right after, and 2 children, 2 jobs, something had to give, school was it. And I always said I was going to go back. Never give up on your dreams. This is this part of it. Never give up on your dreams of being the unique person that God called you to be. So I went back to school 40 years later at 60. Like, okay. Went back to school. I got my bachelor's degree 45 years and 1 day after I got my high school diploma. The next year I got my master's, and last year I got my doctorate. Now, if anybody says anything else to me about school, I might, kind of say a few choice words to them. But I'm so grateful that I did. I'm so grateful that I did, because it was a dream of mine. My dream was getting my bachelor's. God added his super on my natural, and now I have a doctorate. Okay? Let me tell you, when you realize the authenticity of who you were created to be, there is nothing that you cannot accomplish. Now, it doesn't mean that everything comes really easy. It doesn't mean that it's always in the time frame that you wanted it to be in, but don't give up. Don't give up. Don't think because it didn't happen. I wanted this job. I wanted to start a business 20 years ago, but it didn't happen. So now it's not. No, come on. Now, for such a time as this. Now, step out. Do what you need to do to make it happen. Do what you need to do to be authentically who you are. Now is the time. That's right, Deborah. Now is the time. Never stop learning, pursuing, and conquering your dreams. Right, Ramonda? This is real. This is real. The authentic you're still developing. I'm 65, I am still developing, but I promise you, I am the best me at 65 than anybody in this world could be. There will never be another me. Never. Okay? Never. There will never be another you. Some people may applaud that and say, well, that's good. But others, think of the lives that you're impacting. And then one last thing, because gosh, time is going by so fast, is in being your authentic self, you're building legacy. You're speaking into generations to come. Don't ever get to a place of leadership, of power, of accomplishment that you feel like you can't look back and help somebody else get to where you've gone. That's vital. It is vital that you continually build living legacies. Continually. Okay. Legacy is not in your houses, your cars, your money in your bank account, or what it is. Because guess what? All of that's fleeting. Can blow up at any moment. We live in such an unstable environment, government-wise, country-wise, no matter where you are in the world. We've learned that. We have definitely learned that over the past few years, how unstable the economy can be, how unstable life can be. But listen, you still have to impact those that you come in contact with. Don't ever be too tired to speak a nice word. The first thing in building a relationship, in building legacy, and impacting someone's life is a simple hello. A simple hello, something that simple. Hello, because you know what hello does? It says, I acknowledge your existence. I see you. You're not invisible. I see you. Hello, how was your day? Be that one that when everybody is fleeting from somebody, you're going, I see you. I know that there's something behind this gruff exterior. I know that there's got to be some pain deep down within to cause you to latch out the way you do. Now, I'm not telling you to stay in a position where you're being abused because this person has not dealt with their pain. That's not what I'm saying to you. But what I am saying to you is to understand, I see you. When you start to see people at their core and not just as that gruff extension, then you can start to impart in them. You can speak to the potential in their lives. And that's how you're building legacy. That's that generational impartation. And guess what? It's part of why you are here. I got to a point, and we all get there. Like, I'm just tired, Lord. I don't even know why I'm still here because I'm tired. This has been a journey. This has been a struggle. I've had to go through this and that. Why am I still here? And I got a real quick answer, because you still have destiny assignments to carry out and destiny appointments to keep. So that's why you're still here, and that's why you have to keep going. So I'm speaking it to you now. You may be tired and you may be wondering, why am I still here? Because there's purpose yet for you to carry out. There's things that you yet still need to accomplish. There are people's lives that you yet still need to touch. But you can only do that as your authentic self. You can only do that in the power of your uniqueness. When you step out into the world, that illumination, that shining bright light that you possess will transform others. That's your legacy. That's why you're still here. And that's why it is so important that you are uniquely you. So as you are building your brand and the brand of uniquely you, make sure that you are getting downloads. Make sure that you are staying connected to your creator. Why is that important? Well, let me tell you. The purpose of a thing is found in the mind of the creator of the thing. So if you're struggling with what is my purpose? Why am I here? Then you need to consult the creator. And newsflash, it wasn't about your mother and your father cohabitating one night. It's about, in God's mind, he needed a legal vessel to birth you out in the earth realm because he had need of you, because you have purpose. And that purpose is fulfilled through your uniqueness. He has put specific things within you for specific reasons, for specific times. I used to be like, why is it no matter what job I'm on? And I really, to be honest with you, have had two extenuating jobs for the majority of my adult life. Okay. I've had businesses that I've started and put to the side because my job was so demanding and whatever. I'm now at that place in life where I'm saying, okay, it's time. It's time for me to get off the quote job and be about what I need to do. But in working and being in offices, I always wondered why everybody kept coming in my office, why there was a revolving door on my office. I did not understand. I'm sitting, I'm working, and it's like, even now, okay, I'm working, and no matter what, people are always there. Why? Because I was created to be an answer to problems. And so all the problems come to me. Right now, I'm the director of operations for the company I work with. So all the problems come to me. My family, I'm the matriarch of my family. So all the problems come to me. And there are times when I'm like, you know what, I'm just over it. I really don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to solve anything else. And then I have to go back and think, what's your purpose? So you may be going through something that's connected to your purpose, and you're going, I don't even want to deal with this. But guess what? It's so easy for you to deal with it. That's how you know. That's how you know it's part of your gifts and your talents and why you're here. Because even though you don't feel like dealing with it, just like that, you take care of it. It's done. Somebody has a need. They need something crafted. Yep, you done built it. It's done. Somebody needs something written, a letter or whatever. You've written it. It's done. Because it's part of your gifting and your talents. So we're at 12:42 my time, so I think I'm running out of time, but I really, really pray that this has been a blessing to you ladies. And if you have any questions, you got a couple of minutes, you can drop them in the chat and I will be happy to try and answer it. I will. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love everything and all the comments that are coming in. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is my honor. This is what I do. This is part of my purpose, is to pour into the lives of others. I am a prophetic encourager. God has placed that within me to encourage others to be the very, very best that they can be, to be the best that they can be. And so everything that I do, it just falls in line with that. And so that's why I'm encouraging you. Align yourself with your purpose, align yourself with your authentic self, and everything you do, everything that you need, it will fall in place. So thank you. That's it, Ray. I've delivered my baby.
Wow, have you just delivered that baby? I was holding on to every single word here. I don't know about you ladies. I was holding on to every single word. How powerful. So many nuggets of inspiration, transformation, be authentically you, because everyone else is taking, you got that call to serve your purpose.
Yes.
I told you, ladies, this is going to be powerful. I just want to see you in the comments. How have you been touched? Tell Coylette how you have been touched by this incredible
conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I just want to invite ladies to connect with you on social media.
Yeah, and my freebie. There, I don't know how they access it. Is it I have an ebook that I'm giving to you ladies for attending my session. Thank you so much for attending it. And I'm not sure how they access it because it has a coupon code so that they don't have to pay for it. Is it there?
If we have, do we have a freebie? If you have a freebie,
I put the freebie in my speaker dashboard. Oh, should I put the link in here?
If you have a link, that would be amazing, just so ladies can grab your
Okay.
free gift. And it's also, for those of you watching on replay, will be available in Coylette's talk. There should be a free gift there available for you. I was watching the chat. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Coylette. You're amazing. Awesome. Love your energy,
Thank
Coylette.
you.
Really powerful and amazing. Carolina says, Linda is such a comfort and blessing. To Nell that says this was on fire. I won the ebook. Jacqueline says, I truly have been blessed today by your teachings. Oh my goodness, you are incredible. Thank you, Coylette. Jessica says, this has been amazing. Thank you. You so much energy and it's contagious. This was awesome. So many amazing comments.
Oh, I am so touched. Thank you all so much. So much.
If you have enjoyed it, I would encourage
really quick.
No, that's okay. That's okay. We have a few more minutes. We have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
If you have any questions for Coylette, do drop them in a chat if we have a few more minutes if we have some time to answer it. And if you feel really touched by this, I would encourage you to connect with Coylette on her social media channels, or if you have managed to grab a screenshot or maybe a little video of this talk today, tag her and us at Women in Business Club. Summit 2022, yes.
That's the code. So there's the link for the ebook, and make sure that you put in the code Summit 2022 and you will be able to download it free of charge.
Amazing. Very, very excited. What has been your highlight, Coylette, of this journey? You've been such a huge part of this journey of the summit.
Aww, thank you. I've been thrilled to be a part of it. It has been amazing. It has been amazing.
Oh, we shared it. Hold on a second. I will make sure to share it in the chat. There you are. Summit 2020.
Okay, I put the link in the chat. They're saying
it's okay because you sent it to the panelists. So
okay, great.
But I have just reshared it again.
Good.
I don't want to let you go, Coylette. I just want to let you
go. Thank you. Yes, the link is in the chat, and you said you just reshared it to the panelists, right? Okay.
The attendees, yes. So do make sure you go over to kingdominfluencer.life and follow the rest.
And guys, you know, I'm on Facebook, Coylette James, or Elder Coylette James and Coylette James on Facebook. I got 2 pages. I'm out of friends on one, so I got another one. Just drop me, or IG, I'm Elder Coylette. Drop me a DM if you're having problems with the link, and I'll send it to you. Not a problem.
Yeah, stay connected.
I definitely want you to have it. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know we have another session coming up shortly, so do make sure you tune in.
The code is Summit 2022. I'm sorry, Ray. The code is Summit 2022.
Yeah, that is in a chat if you're able to grab it. If you're unable to grab it, make sure you connect with Coylette on social media and she will share it with you directly.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have how to say what you mean what you say without being mean, by one of our VIP speakers, Jan Dowdy, and she is female communications coach. And I'm very much looking forward to that next session. Coylette, you just lit the fire on the summit today.
Thank you. Definitely my honor and my pleasure.
Thank you. So stay connected. If you want to watch this on replay, or you want to access replays to all the other sessions, this is a lifetime replay access, as well as digital swag bag worth thousands of dollars, because some of the ladies have contributed their discovery calls, their strategy calls, their gifts, anything from courses and ebooks and things that you can walk away with and action. Do make sure you upgrade and share this summit with somebody else. If you're feeling inspired, share it on social media, grab a link, and invite other people to be here. We still have 4 days to go. We still have some amazing content to get through. So we will take 10 minutes break. So make sure you stretch your legs, just absorb everything that you have just been imparted with, all the love and all these beautiful words that have just been shared by Coylette. Take a moment to really absorb and reflect. How can you use this new knowledge, this new inspiration to take it away and apply it in your daily life? I really, really encourage you to do that. Well, we'll be closing down this room in just a moment. Coylette, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time and your contribution to this platform.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure. Continue watching, ladies, because the other ladies are going to really, really bless you. So make sure you're joining the other sessions.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day, Coylette, and we'll see you on the next session in 10 minutes. Have fun.
Bye.